Get your helmets ready because we are going to space! Hello and welcome, my astronaut leaves. So, some of you in the comments wished for a space-themed region that I should create. This is the Astriss region. First off, let's talk about the backstory here. It was in the year, I don't know, because Pokemon does not give years. But suddenly a mysterious object was found in space. It was a space station. So, how did it get there? We didn't send it there. And thus, it is now your job to find out what this space station is about. And as you find out, there will be Pokemon on this. So first, choose your character. So these are the two main characters you can choose from. The boy and the girl, as always. The thing is, I want this game to be like a mixture of a mainline Pokemon game, but also like a Legends game where you explore and stuff. And the role I want to give the other character that you do not choose as a playable character is kinda your operator. So whoever you choose, the other one will be in your ear and talk to you, give you hints, just stuff. Like an operator does. She or he can see what you are doing, but they aren't on the field themselves. They are more like the professor of this region. So yeah, tell me who you wanna choose, which design do you like more, and also you can make fun of my bad drawings, because I am definitely not an artist when it comes to drawing, but I did my best, so I hope you still like them. One thing this space station does is that, yeah, you have all these Pokemon here, but they do not want to take you Pokemon that are from Earth, basically. So you gotta start with a new starter. And these starters I will present now. First, we have Moobit, the name being a mixture of moon, rabbit, and baby, and also mochi, because it's a mochi rabbit. This is your grass type starter. I do hope you like them. They are stretchable, yes. They have the ability to stretch their body around, and they apparently smell good. They have like a faint sweet smell that does resemble mochi, of course. The next one is Snorkeling, which is based on the words sol for sun, like the rabbit was moon. Then also hatchling, like a newly hatched snake. And of course, snake is in there as well. They seem to have rock-like skin, but as the fire-type starter, they actually are not rocks. They are more like... it's like a leather that has a rocky texture, but there's no stone found here. Also, they are kinda based on asteroid belts, but actually more on the sun than that. And for the water-type starter, we have Shedlaw. The name being based on shell, toddler, and stellar, because this represents the stars. So we have the trio of sun, moon, and stars. Think of like a star ocean, it being the water type starter. That is the connection. They do like to pinch you, but they don't do it in a way that would hurt you. It's a sign of affection they do, and well, what do you think of him? Huh? Tell me, isn't he cute? So with these three starters now, tell me your pick, because I am eager to see that. And we now will move on to the actual region itself, the map of it. Let me show you. So this is the so-called Astriss region. In the middle sphere you have like a big city thing going on. And that is one of the things you have to do. This city has to be built. But as it was declared by the Earth's ministries or whatever, it cannot be done with materials from the Earth. You have some basic stuff going on to actually live there, but everything else has to be built with materials you find in the wildlands of the space station. And building that place is one of the 5 tasks given to you as an exploration team member. You can see that there are 9 more spheres surrounding it, and each of these spheres is associated with 2 types. I specifically choose types that are kind of opposites, though you could argue about, well, opposing types because Pokemon doesn't really do it. But I thought like normal and the paranormal ghost fits. Bug, the little weak critters against fighting the strong buffy dudes. Water being liquid and formable, with rock being hard and solid. Flying and ground seems rather obvious, just as fire and ice. Then we have electric and poison, which quite honestly were the only 2 I had left. But if you think about it, paralysis and poisoning are the most common status effects you have, so I guess it works. The very natural grass against the very artificial steel, even though all steel type Pokemon are basically natural, but you get what I mean. Psychic, which is about playing tricks with your mind and stuff. And dark, the underhanded methods being used here. And Dragon and Fairy being the big mythological creatures that are also opposing each other. So what you're also gonna do in this region is that they want to establish this as an actual league people can challenge. This league should have 18 badges. Yes, you heard right. This will do a badge for every type. And that is also part of your task, the second task given to you. You have to establish the gyms in these. Gym leaders were already chosen, and we will get to them in another episode. And each of these regions will of course have 2 gym leaders. And you have to build their gym or help them build their gym. The building is done by others, but you gotta get the materials. And then, well, test them out by fighting them and hopefully win as well. Now, what are the other 3 tasks you have to do though, with these 2 of building the main town and building the league? Let's get into that. So, one of these tasks is very obviously you having to find all Pokemon that live here. Fill out the Pokédex, see what exists in the space station. Now, the thing about that is that there will be regional types, of course. So you will find Pokemon that seem familiar, but they aren't. Now, by catching them and looking at how they behave and everything, you will also find out why they evolved in this way. And yeah, well, that is task number 3. Or technically kinda task number 1, if you will. But the numbering doesn't really matter. Another task is, of course, finding out what happened here in the first place. This space station, by all means, looks like it was made by humans from the planet you are from, the Poke-Earth. But how? There is no, thing, nobody built this, but it suddenly appeared. What happened here? What is the mystery of that? And yeah, definitely we will cover that in another episode. This is for the basics. We will also cover regional forms and the gym leaders and stuff in another episode as well. So I plan this to be a bigger project. I hope you like it and tune in. That would mean a lot to me. But yeah, task number 4 or 5 is finding out the mystery of the Astriss region. The 5th and final task, or depending on in which order you do them, it's not the final one, you decide, is a mysterious Pokemon egg you find pretty much in the beginning. This egg looks different than usual Pokemon eggs, but on the surface level is still kinda like a normal Pokemon egg. But if you look deeper, something is off with it. Something happens here. Something very mysterious. So it's your job to basically hatch it. Do not worry, it does not take up a spot in your party until it hatches, when it of course hatches into some kind of Pokemon. then you can take it into your party. But even if you don't, it still comes with you, like the Eevee and Pikachu in the Let's Go games. Think like that. This ties into the legendary Pokemon you will find in the Astriss region. I guess I give you a little spoiler of there being 9. That is a familiar number, right? And, well, can't wait to show you what this thing will be. But that has to wait until you can see. Because this episode now is over. I should stop now. So, this were basically the basis of the Astriss region. We covered the starters, the main characters, and the region itself. We will get into more depth with the coming episodes, probably starting on the catch-all Pokemon tasks, showing you like the regional bird, the regional rodent, or whatever they're gonna be called now because there's a sheep and stuff in it now. The Pika clone, stuff like that. I will show these off. And yeah, just talk about some Pokemon here and there. I think that's a good next episode. So tune in, and to not miss it, why not just like and of course subscribe down there. Not like under the video, not down on me, please. Oh, please do. And we'll see each other next time. Also share the video with all your friends, with all your foes. Until next time, bye.